Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, the two greatest quarterbacks to ever do it, they faced off against each other 17 times in their careers. There's one game between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady that I desperately want to talk about, and that's their 11th matchup, which is known as the 4th and 2 game. It's Week 10 of the 2009 NFL season. The New England Patriots and Indianapolis Colts are set to play each other in Indianapolis in a game billed as the rivalry of the decade. 67,476 fans were in attendance at Lucas Oil Stadium for this one, and millions of Americans were tuned in on NBC for this Sunday night football matchup, including myself, because my dad let me stay up late to watch this game with him. Going into this game, the Colts were straight up rolling. They were 8-0 and were looking to advance to 9-0, but their competition up to this point was subpar at best. Aside from their Week 3 win against the reigning NFC champion Arizona Cardinals, none of the Colts' wins up to Week 10 came against a playoff team. So a win against Tom Brady and the 6-2 New England Patriots would do even more to boost the morale of this Colts squad. Going into this game, the Patriots were 6-2. After starting 3-2, the Patriots started to roll, beginning with one of the most merciful beatdowns in NFL history against the Titans. That started a 3-game win streak going into this Sunday night game in Indianapolis. Those 3 wins came against vastly inferior opponents though, 2 of which, the Titans and Buccaneers, were winless entering their games against New England, so this was a huge game for both sides. They each had something to prove to themselves, that being the ability to beat a team on their level. So, on to the game. The Patriots won the coin toss and elected to kick off to start things off. Ball at half, that's my type of strategy right there. At 8:31 p.m. Eastern Time, the contest would begin when Patriots kicker Stephen Gostkowski kicked it off to the Colts, thus beginning the 11th matchup between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. On each team's first drive, the Colts went 3 and out and punted, and the Patriots went 3 and out and punted. On the Colts' second drive, they found a rhythm. Peyton was slinging it to Pierre Garçon, Dallas Clark, and Reggie Wayne, who made this sick sideline snag right here. After this catch, the Colts went into hurry up, to avoid Bill Belichick getting a better look at it, as it was a close one, but Belichick trusted his gut and tossed the challenge flag, but his gut betrayed him, because Reggie Wayne undoubtedly got 2 feet in bounds on this catch. This drive ended with the Colts striking first when running back Joseph Adai took a screen pass 15 yards to the house. This was a great drive for the Colts. They went 90 yards on 8 plays. There were some fireworks that went off after the touchdown that made a small flame on the turf. I have no idea who thought fireworks in an indoor stadium was a good idea, but it did symbolize how on fire the Colts were on that drive. It was now Tom Brady's turn to score. The Patriots would quickly tie up this game on a drive highlighted by a gorgeous ball thrown by Tom Brady to Randy Moss for a 55-yard gain, which set up a Lawrence Maroney touchdown run. Well, after each started with a 3 and out, Brady and Peyton showed they could sling it and lead an offense like no other. The older I get, the more grateful I am to have witnessed these two face off in their prime. These are the 2 greatest quarterbacks of all time, and their matchups were must-see TV. The second quarter is when the Patriots would start to pull away. After taking a 10-7 lead on a Stephen Gostkowski field goal, the Patriots had 2 straight touchdown drives, starting with the classic Randy Moss 63-yard touchdown grab. Man, they only really had like 2 seasons together, but Tom Brady and Randy Moss was an absolutely insane wide receiver quarterback tandem. To go up 24-7, Tom Brady found Julian Edelman for his first career touchdown. This was Edelman's rookie year. He was drafted in the 7th round out of Kent State, where he played quarterback, but was converted into a wide receiver by the Patriots. As we all know, he would become a beloved Patriot and end his career top 5 in both receptions and yards on the all-time Patriots leaderboard. So this touchdown was a historic moment for Patriots fans. This touchdown capped off their 4th consecutive scoring drive. After the Colts struck first, the Patriots scored 24 unanswered points. The Colts offense was cold. They were stifled on their last 3 drives, all of which ended in a punt. Peyton Manning needed to orchestrate a touchdown drive, and he would do just that, taking the Colts 80 yards and capping it off with a 20-yard touchdown to Reggie Wayne. It was now 24-14 in favor of the Patriots. That was it for the scoring in the first half, and each teams would go into their respective locker rooms. Before I move on to the second half, I just want to highlight some of the conversations that were going around involving Tom Brady and Peyton Manning during this time. Nowadays, if you ask anyone, even the most seldom observers of pro football, who the best quarterback ever is, the answer they'll give you 9.6 times out of 10 is Tom Brady. He's generally the consensus GOAT of American football. But in 2009, there were legitimate debates on who was better between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. In 2009, Tom Brady was in year 10 of his career, which was really his 8th season actually playing due to him not playing in his rookie year in 2000 and missing the entire season in 2008 after suffering an injury in week 1 just 11 pass attempts into the season. But in those 8 seasons, oh man, he was an insanely accomplished quarterback. From 2001, his first year starting, to 2004, the Patriots won 3 Super Bowls. Brady played in 9 playoff games, winning all of them. Tom Brady was a winner. Not to mention, he was on a very, very well-rounded football team and was coached by the stoic mastermind that is Bill Belichick. Peyton Manning was in year 12 of his 18-year NFL journey. Going into this game, Peyton Manning was a 3-time MVP. He would win his 4th at the end of the 2009 season. But between you and me, Drew Brees should have won it that year, but I digress. So Peyton had the hardware, but Brady had the rings. Peyton Manning did win 1 Super Bowl up to this point in 2006, but before that championship season, there were a lot of disappointing playoff losses. In Tom Brady's first 3 playoff runs, he didn't lose a single game, but in Peyton Manning's first 3 playoff runs, he didn't win a game. It was really, really bad in those 3 playoff losses. Just look at these numbers. That passer rating next to Peyton Manning's name just looks flat out wrong. By 2009, with Peyton Manning seemingly getting better and better as the years pass, the debates were legit. At the start of this game, they showed a survey of all 20 living Hall of Fame quarterbacks at the time, asking them who would they rather have at quarterback between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. As you could see, the majority went with Peyton Manning. Terry Bradshaw and John Elway voted for Brady because of his rings. Oh, and that half vote, that was fellow GOAT quarterback Joe Montana, who clearly didn't understand the assignment because he voted for both. Oh yeah, there were 4 who didn't participate in the survey. I guess they just didn't give a shit. It's interesting to look back at a time before Tom Brady was the consensus GOAT. Peyton Manning was considered the better quarterback at the time, and I agree. Brady wasn't even halfway done with his career though. As we all know, after 2009, he would win 3 MVPs, 4 more Super Bowls, 2 of which he did when he was in his 40s. Oh man, it's just so ridiculous how much Tom Brady has separated himself over every other Hall of Fame quarterback. You can't even say he's not the GOAT. Okay, back to the game. It was 24-14 going into quarter number 3. Pat McAfee kicked it off to Matthew Slater to start the second half, one of Matthew Slater's 35 kick returns. Now all the guys in the Colts and Patriots from this game, they're all gone now, except for Matthew Slater. He's the only player on either of these 2 teams who's still playing on the same team he was on this game. Fun fact for you. To open the second half, Tom Brady threw an interception on the half's opening drive. He forced it into double coverage, trying to find Randy Moss, but it was intercepted by Antoine Bethea. When Randy Moss is your wide receiver 1, sometimes you just throw it up and pray. I don't really blame Brady for this one because Randy Moss had 144 receiving yards in the first half, so he was just throwing it to his hot receiver. Bethea picked off Brady's pass in the end zone, but he made a really lousy decision to take it out of the end zone instead of just taking the touchback. On Peyton Manning's first drive of the second half, he also threw an interception when he underthrew Pierre Garçon, where Lee Bodden was in position to pick it off. So we saw the quarterbacks trade touchdown drives tonight. Now we just saw them trade interceptions. On the ensuing Patriots drive after the Lee Bodden interception, there was a play that really exemplified how well the Patriots were containing freak defensive end Dwight Freeney. Going into this game, Freeney had 9.5 sacks and 9 tackle for losses in the first 8 games of the season. He recorded at least 1 sack and 1 tackle for loss in every game. But the Patriots' offensive line ended that hot streak. He didn't record a single sack or tackle for loss in this game. Just look at how well the Patriots contain him here on this double team. A game like this is bound to have a game-changing play, and it did. Late in the third quarter, on a drive that started on the Patriots' own 12-yard line, after 12 plays, they moved up to the Colts' 2-yard line. If they punch it in here and make the extra point, they're up 31-14. But instead, this happened.
To 3:15. And Maroney will shove his way, and the ball is loose. The ball is loose, and it's going to be ruled a touchback.
Philip Wheeler, with his only forced fumble of the season, just bailed out the Colts big time here. Well, they're still down 2 scores, so they really got to score on their next drive. But the Colts offense couldn't muster out much from this drive, and they ended up punting it back to the Patriots, and Wes Welker would return it 69 yards, giving the Patriots excellent field position on their next drive.
Welker up past the 40, and Welker with a big run Patriots. Inside the 30, staying in bounds. And
nice return. That return set up a Randy Moss touchdown catch, his second of the game, as the Patriots took a 31-14 lead heading into quarter number 4. So the Patriots have a 17-point lead, the Colts offense is ice cold, and the game is in its final quarter. Needless to say, it was looking all too likely the Patriots were going to win this one and end the Colts' undefeated season. Not to mention, up to this point of his career, in games in which he threw for over 300 yards, Tom Brady had a record of 25-2. On offense, the Patriots were containing Dwight Freeney, and on defense, they were doing the same with tight end Dallas Clark. Dallas Clark was amidst the best season of his career. He entered this game with 60 receptions over the first 8 games of the season, and he was averaging over to 87 receiving yards per game. He just came off a 14 reception performance against the Texans in the Colts' previous game, so needless to say, the Patriots were really game planning all week to keep the ball out of Clark's hands. Clark had 2 first down catches on the Colts' first scoring drive back in the first quarter, but he hasn't caught a pass since and only got targeted once. But Peyton Manning finally connected with Dallas Clark on the first play of the Colts drive, a drive in which they desperately needed a touchdown. This 19-yard connection set the tone for that drive because it was so damn efficient. It took the Colts 5 plays to score on this drive. All 4 plays leading up to the touchdown went at least 9 yards. The drive was capped off by a 29-yard reception by Pierre Garçon. The score was now 31-21 in favor of New England. With over 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, this was anyone's game. Though Dwight Freeney couldn't get it going, the Colts had another star defensive end in Robert Mathis. The Patriots' next drive, they got a few first downs, one of which was Randy Moss's 900th career reception, the 11th player to reach 900 catches at the time. The Patriots were sniffing Colts territory. The Colts really can't afford to let them score again, but Robert Mathis would come up big on 3 straight plays. First, tackling Lawrence Maroney after just 2 yards, then forcing a fumble on Tom Brady that the Patriots recovered and tipping a pass on 3rd down that resulted in an incomplete pass. 3 huge plays in a row by Robert Mathis. Now the Patriots have to punt. That 3-play sequence by Robert Mathis may very well have been the 3 biggest plays of this game, because if the Patriots got points on that drive, the Colts were done. So the Colts have the ball back with plenty of time left on the clock, down 10 points. But Peyton Manning picks the absolute worst time to throw an interception. You gotta be kidding me. Now, there seems to be a clear miscommunication between Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne on this play, but still, the absolute worst time for something like this to happen, especially in your own territory. The Patriots got a field goal out of this, and took a good chunk of time off the clock. The score is now 34-21. Still a 2-score game like before the critical interception, but time was a-ticking. Instead of having just under 8 minutes to mount a comeback, Peyton Manning and the Colts had just over 4 minutes to score 2 touchdowns while stopping the Patriots on offense. You remember Austin Collie? He had a really sad story, but the BYU product was having a promising rookie year in 2009, and on this critical drive he came up big. After catching a 6-yard pass, he makes a nice effort catching an underthrown Peyton Manning ball, gaining 17 yards to put the Colts into Patriots territory. And on the next play, he drew a pass interference penalty to put the Colts within striking distance of the end zone. That's 54 yards caused by Austin Collie on 3 consecutive plays. Absolutely huge sequence. Joseph Adai punched it in a few plays later, and after the extra point, the Colts trailed by just 6 points, with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in this contest. This was not an onside kick situation. The Colts have all 3 timeouts, and the 2-minute warning has yet to come. So there was still a ton of time left in this game. Needless to say, the Colts defense simply have to stop the Patriots on this drive, which wouldn't be easy. The Patriots offense had 459 yards up to this point of the game. It was do or die time. On 3rd and 2, Jared Powers drops what could have been a pick 6 on a pass intended for Wes Welker to set up a 4th and 2 situation where New England will presumably punt, right? But wait, what's going on here?
4th and 2. With nothing else, trying to draw Indianapolis offside. And they really do go for it. And do they make it? Yes, the catch is made. And where is the spot going to be? Kevin Falk is there. The catch is made.
Here's what happened. Kevin Falk was bobbling the ball. So instead of getting forward progress, they marked him down where he actually landed on the ground.
Absolutely. Because they're going to measure it anyway, but they're going to be short.
unbelievable. Al Michaels' dumbfounded reaction to this play is what everyone watching was thinking. They really went for it. Belichick really did it. They're up 6 points with the clock ticking in their own territory, and 4th down, they go for it. That's crazy. This game is most remembered for this very play, hence why it's called the 4th and 2 game. Kevin Falk did catch the ball, but he didn't gain possession across the 1st down line, therefore was not awarded with forward progress. Belichick couldn't challenge this play. He unwisely burned 2 timeouts on this drive, one before the very first play of the drive even happened, and one before this bold decision to go for it. The play also began prior to the 2-minute warning, so a booth review was also out of the question. Flawed system, I know. It was extremely close, but I think it's clear Falk did not catch the ball past the sticks. Bill Belichick may be one of the greatest football minds of all time, but this decision was not a good one. Belichick would defend his controversial decision, saying, "I thought it was our best chance to win. I thought we needed to make that one play, and that we could basically run out the clock. We weren't able to make it." Fair enough, he just went with his gut, but his gut failed him. Okay. I know Bill Belichick has won 6 Super Bowls, and I've won 0, but I gotta disagree with Bill here. An average punt would have put the Colts 60 to 70 yards from the end zone. Patriots punter Chris Hansen averaged 44 yards per punt on his 5 punts in this game, so assuming he hits around his average, the Colts would have had the ball inside their own 30, and that's a very, very rough estimation that dismisses the possibility of a return, or even a blocked punt, botched snap, or just a flat-out bad punt. What it boiled down to is Belichick just didn't trust his defense. He trusted his offense to gain a mere 2 yards on 4th and 2, more than he trusted his defense from keeping Peyton Manning from moving anywhere from 60 to 70 yards down the field with 2 minutes left and 1 timeout. This decision caused a lot of discussion. People were calling it the worst coaching decision of Bill Belichick's career, and others defended his decision. Basically, it was one of those calls where if it works, he's a genius, and if it doesn't, he's an idiot. Not to mention, Bill blew the Patriots' final 2 timeouts before the 4th and 2 play, and I think that is absolutely a factor in weighing the quality of Bill's decision. So the Colts now have the ball on the Patriots' 29-yard line, with 2 minutes remaining and a timeout left. A very, very comfortable situation they find themselves in. Peyton started things off, finding Reggie Wayne for a 15-yard gain. On the next play, they were shaving some time off the clock before Joseph Adai took it inside the 5 on this run. After a run for no gain, the Colts took even more time off the clock, and with 16 seconds left, this happened.
Manning for the end zone. Wayne, touchdown.
Absolutely amazing. Let's check out the in-stadium view of that one. Shout out to Gavin Chen for posting this footage on YouTube back in 2009. Brady and Belichick were stunned. That decision certainly bit the Patriots in the ass. The Patriots ran one more play on offense, a very uninspiring attempt at the futile desperation lateral play, and that was it. The Colts won 35-34. This was the first time Bill Belichick lost a game in which he was leading by 13 plus points in the 4th quarter. I gotta say, this is my favorite game between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. I know the 2006 AFC Championship game is more iconic, but this game had a lot going for it, and I feel like it's mostly remembered for that 4th and 2 play. When so much more took place in this game was a classic, and I really enjoyed revisiting it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.